Well, good afternoon to everyone, and welcome once again to Viewpoint. It's Wednesday, that's right, smack in the middle of the week. Thank you so much for joining me on Viewpoint. And for those of you following the live stream, special good afternoon to you as well, and also on Facebook. Good to have you. Hopefully, what we share today would be more than useful when it comes to what you would be exposed to. I happen to be here, well, getting ready to deal with a program that I would like to say is all about a typical St. Maarten name. You'll hear what it is. Making a name for himself and family, anchoring himself elsewhere, but certainly not forgetting home, as he speaks to us today about his journey going forward and what it could mean for others, those of you who are listening, both from his spiritual message as well as a product of which him and his lovely wife are involved with. More about that as we engage in the conversation with my guest, whom I'm honored to have with me today, Mr. Mario Bubble Tree. That's a name that all of St. Maarten can recognize and live with because it's a St. Maarten family. And those of you who know Mario will know who Mario is. Well, he's here with his lovely wife today, so we'll be talking to them. With that said, I'm going to take no more time to say anything else other than welcome home, Mario. Mario, rather, not Mario, Mario. And you brought your lovely wife with you, to both of you. Melissa, good afternoon and welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Wendell. It's a pleasure
Get a little closer to the microphone. People got to hear you.
Good afternoon, Wendell. It's a pleasure being here back on the island after a few years with my lovely wife, Melissa. And yeah, it's been really a journey.
Mm-hmm. Actually, it started when you decided that you were going off to study, right?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Actually, I think it was in 2023, I went to the United States of America and went to an institution where I met my wife also, and both of us studied there lifestyle consultation. We teach people about health, from a biblical perspective. We teach through three perspectives: Bible, inspiration, and if somebody's wondering what is inspiration, any inspired writings that does not conflict with the Word of God and through good science.
So you got involved there and got, we were fortunate indeed to pick up, I don't want to use those common words, but to have met your lovely wife, Melissa. Tell us how that happened.
I think it was ordained because I had 14 years being alone, not lonely, but alone. And the interesting thing, my wife would give her part, she had 18 years being alone, not lonely. We can truly testify that when you wait upon God, time is no significance to him. How he bring things together. So I went to the school there, and my wife attended the same school years before. And then we got together just speaking normal, and how the Lord brings it together. This hour will not be sufficient to bring it all out, but it was the Lord's doing.
Melissa, welcome to St. Maarten. I heard a lot about you too.
Oh,
because
really?
I heard, you were in the line of almost the second Oprah Winfrey of the United States of America. That might be a big shoes, but I heard that you were involved in that type of work.
Yes.
And you had that change as well. And as a result, you that's why you were able to identify some
The
gadgets
little
here.
kid,
You're
oh, yeah.
familiar with that stuff.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it's good to have you on St. Maarten and to have the opportunity of meeting you. So, what do you want to tell us about that journey to actually arrive here as well? And maybe I want to go back a little bit to the meeting part.
Oh.
Did you have a gut feeling that something was happening there after being alone for that many years?
Let me tell you, you're good. You're good. I didn't have a gut feeling because, after 18 years, for me, I was just kind of focused in what I was doing. But when he came back to where we met, he left, came back home to the islands, and he went back a couple of months later to actually work there. And then I started noticing he was just kind of around. I was like, oh, he's cute. He's cute. But my mind blew it off. I was like, But then, he was very direct. I mean, I didn't even know he had an interest. He came back to the islands and Googled me. He literally looked me up on the computer, and and he was saying, because he was basically protecting my heart. If the Lord didn't give him a sign that I was the one, he didn't want my heart to lean towards him with interest. So when he found his research, and I'll let him tell you how he was determined that, okay, she's the one. But when he came back and he showed interest, and that's how it began. So.
One of the things, because Melissa was an alumni at the same institution where I was studying, and my graduation was coming up, she was there as an alumni. So we just spoke normal and all that stuff. We exchanged information because I do a thing with trees. I'm into farming, and we're going to get further into that.
Yeah,
so
give it a break. We'll get there.
I do grafting, air layering, making plants, fruit trees, some existing fruit trees. So I did a thing, and then, she did her thing with the camera. And so that's the way we exchange information. So I didn't want to let her, at that time, know that I'm interested, as she mentioned before. So I said, how am I going to do this? So I said, man, we live in a small world, internet. So I Googled her. When I Googled her, Melissa Summers came up, a list of Melissa Summers like this. But Summers was her radio name. So so then I started elimination process. She must be around this age, that. You know how the algorithm works in the computer system? So the next day, the real Melissa came with a picture. I saw her interviewing people. I mean, she interviewed all kind of stars and different things. But that's not the issue. The following day, I'm just looking, listening. This was before she came back to the Lord. Then I saw the next day one came up where she is being interviewed by somebody. And when she's being interviewed, what the person said, the way how she responded to it with compassion and a love. The person said something that was not correct, but she didn't come out with a baseball bat or whip over. So when she spoke, I said, yes, that's it. That's her, Lord. So I jump up, and I was convinced because I asked the Lord for signs. And then I contacted her. Now, this time we had no contact before. I came back to the island for 2 months. 2 weeks before I went back to America, I contacted her and said, listen, I'm coming back in a week, 2 weeks' time. And then she said, yeah.
Okay, so let me tell you about that. Okay. So first, all right, like I said, I didn't know anything. So when he contacted me, and he just texted and said, Sister Melissa, religiously. Former. Right. I'm coming back in 2 weeks. So my mom was like, whatever, okay, But when he texted that, the Holy Spirit literally spoke to me and said, respond with excitement. So I was like, okay. So I text back, yay, look forward to seeing you. Now, I didn't understand why until when he came back, and he was straightforward. He asked for literally the word courtship. Not can I date you, can I court you? So a couple of weeks when he was sharing, or the both of us were sharing our story, he got to the point, or the part where I did say yay, and he was like, so she's in. So the Holy Spirit wanted me to show excitement so he would feel comfortable to approach me. And I tell you, he's on the side in some things. So he was walking me. He was walking me home one day. This is when he came back and was showing the interest.
Yes.
And he said, Sister Melissa. I'm like, yes. I have something I'd like to talk to you about. The little French thing. I'm like, okay. And he's like, we're walking down this little road. So he says, I forgot.
I did.
Wendell, he completely forgot
He
what
did?
he.
I
What
did.
happened? You froze?
No, I just cannot explain how I can forget something like that. I guess it was just not the time at that time.
Yeah, you didn't know.
I
Exactly.
completely forgot, and I just said, "Oh, it's okay. I'll
It
tell
was
you next
it
day."
was
you
on a
know?
Thursday,
Uh-huh.
so that Saturday was when he asked for courtship. So he drove me, or I drove him to where he was staying. It was just the same little area, and he didn't get out the car. He's very proper and so forth. He didn't get out the car, and he turned to me. He said, Sister Melissa, I think I may know the answer, but I have to ask anyway. Are you currently in courtship? I'm like, no, not at the moment. And he was like, well, can I court you? So I was like, I've been praying anyway, not about him, but just, so I didn't have to, ask again. So I was like, okay, Lord. So then he was like, I said, okay.
May I remind you, you're on national radio.
Okay.
The whole part but I like the story.
Yeah. So literally, he was like, okay. So to whom do I need to speak to get permission to court you?
Wow.
I'm over 40. Okay, I'll be honest. I'm over 50. Okay. So he's literally asking who to speak to for permission to court me. And I said, well,
You're
yes.
your own woman.
It-
Did it happen that way? Oh, I'm jumping ahead here.
Well, we're all responsible or have someone
Someone-
that looks right, because
Yeah.
I was single. Then I have God-fearing male figures, God-fearing, mother figures, father figures
Yes.
in our lives to
Yeah.
protect, to
Yeah.
protect us. So he asked, and I said, well, my spiritual mother understands spiritually. And it's like, okay, I'll speak to her. But is your mother living also? It's like, well, yes. He said, well, I feel that I need to speak to her
your
too.
mother,
So he spoke to my mom, spoke to my spiritual mom, and thus here we are today.
Yeah.
La la la.
But you know what's amazing, Wendell?
Yeah.
When I was preparing to come back to United States, to go back to United States of America, my mom, for the first time ever, she said, she just turned to me just like that, 14 years being alone. She turned to me just there and she said, son,
I hope you find a nice wife.
no.
Oh.
She said, God has more than you think for you. She said, God has a wife there for you. I was like, my mom has never said anything like that before. So it's just, and the providence was so amazing because she had similar experience. She was on a women's camp, with just women.
It was a women's retreat.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll let her speak.
It was a women's retreat. And again, this is before he said anything to me, before anything happened. 18 years now, a girlfriend of mine, we were we were at a beach in Florida, and she said out of nowhere, she looked me in my eyes and she said, Melissa, you're going to be married within the year.
Yeah.
It freaked me out. I promise, Brother Wayne. I was like, what do you say? I literally physically was like,
Yeah.
and I was like, why did you say that? She was like, I don't know. And just flipped it off and went on about her business.
Yeah.
We get back, and he's, back to where we met. Her daughter, he hadn't made his approach to me yet, hadn't said anything to me. She comes over, and it was at what they call a camp meeting. And she said, Auntie, she calls me Auntie. She said, that one, that's the one for you. This is 2 weeks later, unassociated. And I look back, she was pointing at him.
Divine providence.
Divine providence.
And it seems like it's just working it way out all the time. You little bits and pieces here and there, you're getting it. Sometimes you can't make anything real out of it, but
Yes.
now you're putting it together.
We're the story. I'm still speechless.
All right. Enough of that, folks. That's a love story that I was able to share with you, and I'm happy to have done that, knowing Mario for all these years. And I remember the last time you and I met,
Yes.
you gave me a book. You were talking about what eventually is going to become of this world.
The
and
Great
all that kind of
Controversy.
stuff.
The name of the book is called The Great Controversy.
But his head was in a different direction, and I understand why. So your life has come full circle right now. It's amazing how, when you look back at things, how they work themselves out only to be able to find the real purpose.
Ooh,
And it leads to
that's beautiful.
your website now, Creators
The
Nature Blend.
the
The
create.
Creators. Oh, I didn't see the.
Yes. You didn't see the website?
I did see it.
Okay,
But
okay.
on my phone when it came up, I see just the last part. So
Okay, okay.
I figure that is what it is. So take note, folks. The Creators
Natureblend.com. Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
And we'll talk some more about that. And it leads to what you were good at in terms of your handiness and gift. You have a couple of products here that you're going to talk about, and that's the part when I gave my introduction. I said that other people can really benefit from
Yes.
what this is all about.
Well,
But it's good to hear the story of how you guys came together.
yes, yes.
Melissa, this is your first time here?
It is. It is.
What do
The
you
first
like
time
about
I had the sugar apple this morning.
You had sugar apple as well?
Yes, my first time. It was amazing. Now I haven't had soursop. Now we literally, well, we'll get into that. But I actually haven't tasted the fruit yet. We deal with the leaves, but I've never tasted the soursop fruit yet.
No, my second half, they're families anyway.
Okay.
So what happened is she goes by her father on a regular basis and always come back with soursop. So
Oh, yeah, yeah.
soursop is something,
Oh.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. So then, your first time, I really want to, on behalf of St. Maarten and St. Maarten people, really welcome you to a beautiful island, isn't it?
I love, aside from the island being beautiful, the people
Okay.
are beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, just inside and out. It's. I'm overwhelmed. Overwhelmed.
All right. Let's talk a little about adventure. I've seen some. I wonder if you call them tutorials or people who have used your product.
Testimonies. Yes, sir.
Yes. And they had nice things to say about what you're doing. Tell us exactly what all of this have led to in terms of this product that is here before us.
Well, I'm just going to talk a little bit because my wife is more mic friendly since that's her thing. I'm more the background, and my wife does foraging. So all our products, either we grow. I'm a farmer, so either I grow the stuff, or we wild forage. Now I think we have 7 products, and I'm just going to touch just a little bit on one, the bitter melon, and I turn it over to my wife. How this came about was through what is called the skin restoration serum. And this is very, very deep. One day just walking in the garden and finding a bed of purslane. And many people don't know, even in St.Maarten, that the plant purslane contains the highest level of alpha-linolenic acid, an omega-3 fatty acid
In the entire plant kingdom.
that the body cannot produce,
Yeah.
needs to consume. But we was taught just fish. Fish is a different story. I won't go into the type of oil. But so this is the way this came about. So me and my wife will be walking. I'm looking up, looking for fruits, and she's looking down, looking for wild edibles.
By the way, fill us in on the state in which you live back in the United States, because I think people will want to
Yeah.
relate to that.
We are currently living in the state of Georgia.
Outside
Georgia.
of Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now the bitter melon is very, very good for you, especially for people that has diabetes. Bitter melon carries something called polypepto P, which is known as plant insulin. And people have seen tremendous benefit because the body can recognize it. It's the same as the body produces insulin, very similar. So it mimics it the same way. And on the website, you see a gentleman there that is type 1 diabetes, giving his testimony and how he takes 2 different type of medication. One is a long and one is a short, and how he reduce only taking one and half of the one and taking the bitter melon and incorporating some of the things that we have, told him to do, like lifestyle, like walking, things like that. And he gave his testimony on there. His blood sugar count was never that excellent.
Yeah, it stayed level.
Yeah.
It didn't peak, it didn't
Yeah.
bottom, it stayed level. And we have numerous because we're on Facebook, Instagram,
All the platforms.
all
Yeah.
the platforms. So we'll get messages. I mean, I got two back to back that stands out. One young lady was pre-diabetes, another diabetes. They started taking, the lady said, literally sent me a message. She was like, I've only gone through 1/4 of my bitter melon extract. And she said, I went and got lab work, came back, my numbers are normal. And I'm telling you, one of the biggest things for us, is people to understand the power of faith and obedience to God. We give God the glory. The first two ingredients on every product of what we have is love and prayer. Wendell, let me tell you, the testimonies of the miracles God has worked, because again, God can just say the word like he did in the Bible, but now he knows how, honestly, I'm speaking to myself, how disobedient we can be. So now we have to do something. We have to change our lifestyle. And he makes it easy. We talk to people constantly. I can pull up right now and show you two emails. One young lady, her I think it's her brother-in-law is literally dying. They've given him up to cancer. Melissa, what do we do? What can we do? So to be able to tell them the same things that we grow wild here, let's say in St.Maarten or in Georgia in the U.S., and to know and to identify these life-saving, life-giving principles, turn them into medicines, just like great-grandma did back in the old days, and live. Honestly, it's nothing against the pharmacies and the medicines, but reality is we're merely treating symptoms. But when we get down to what the body recognizes in the bush, as my husband says, and we get these herbals and make teas and the extracts, what we do, a lot of people, we're busy. I mean, I've been here for this is the second day. People are so busy.
Yeah.
A lot of times they don't have time to make tea. Get your extract. It saves,
You
it
figured that out
preserves.
already?
Huh?
So you figured that out already?
Oh, what? Oh, my goodness.
I think we are extremely busy in this place, and I wonder if we know where we're going.
Oh, preach. And stress. Let me tell you, some of these things,
That's a big killer.
stress is, we can do everything right, eat all the nuts and berries and bush we want to eat, but if we have stress, we're going to still have the hypertension, high blood pressure, we're going to have heart issues, diabetes, and high cholesterol, because
They're silent killers.
exactly
Yeah.
when you're stressed, and I don't mean to go on, but my heart bleeds because we're so many that are sick but can be whole just from simple lifestyle changes. High cholesterol, for instance, stress. Our bodies make cholesterol. Okay, so we could either overeat in flesh, which will create, increase your cholesterol, or you can increase it from being stressed, because the body makes cholesterol, and when you're stressed, you go into that fight or flight mode. You're like, okay, yeah. But if you're constantly running and running, you are perpetually in a state of fight or flight, thus high cholesterol, thus high blood pressure, and it goes on and on. So it's so easy when you get the help first in God, your relationship with him, and then some of the leaves of the trees, which are for the healing of the nations, that will help us. We don't have to be sick.
Psalms 114.
Yeah, the herb is for the
104.
service of man. That's Psalm 104, verse 14. The herb is for the service of man. But when we do all that we know and can do, then God will do the rest. When you realize that you're sick with whatever it is, and the body gives a warning, it's just like your car. Your car gives that light. Are you going to just disconnect the warning and keep going? It's like a light is on, man, you're out of gas. You're like, I don't want to see that. And you take it off, or do you go get gas? When you have...
I like that car example, because these batteries that they're selling nowadays has a lifetime. But once
Yes.
it sends you a signal, you can't get it started.
Yes.
You want to ignore it? Go ahead.
You're going to be walking in that hot sun.
Let me add something to what my wife said. When you look at the Bible, because that's the greatest medical book. When you look at Proverbs 26, verse 2, The latter part says, the curse caused shall not come.
come.
Now, the Bible said things should be established by two witnesses or more. So let's look at the second witness. When you go to the book of Job, Job 29, verse 16, it says, the cause I knew not, I searched out. So it didn't just come when somebody has something bursting out here. There was something inside taking place. And as my wife gave that example, it's like you have the kitchen, the faucet is on, the place is full of water. What do? Do you go and buy a factory of mops to mop it up?
Or do you turn off?
Or do you turn the faucet off first and then mop up the water?
And how do you turn off the faucet? It's not, I mean, first of all, you do want to go to the medical, because God bless them. I mean, if I get hit by a bus, don't come put a herb on me. Don't come put mango or what is it, some of the other bush. Take me to the hospital.
Yes.
But once it's diagnosed, what do we do? In case of sickness, you ascertain the cause. What caused it? The cause, was it the curse caused shall not come? Realize what the cause is. Why do I have this headache? Why do I have diabetes? Let me track back. What am I eating? What am I thinking? What am I feeling? You know, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Ascertain the cause. After you ascertain the cause, wrong habits corrected. Unhealthful conditions changed. The fourth thing is where this comes in. Then you want to assist nature in her effort to release these impurities and reestablish
Right
correct
condition.
systems
Yep.
in the body.
I'm going to tell you what I'm hearing, and then I'm going to go to a break. You seem to be connecting this herbal stuff that you're doing a lot with what the scripture says. Am I hearing it right?
Absolutely.
So, which means that folks would have to first think deep that, hey, it is not just treating a symptom, but connecting
Yes.
with your
Connect,
maker.
exactly.
Yes.
And connect, and God is so merciful. Some people don't even know the God of heaven that we're talking about. God is merciful. He understands. But with a clear mind, with eating properly, with getting, rid of the sicknesses, you can think clearer, and you will be pointed to the true God of heaven. And we're not that God. We want that God to preside in us.
Yes.
But when you hear someone says, I am God, you're denying the very creator of the universe.
But you can be the vessel. All right. Let me take a break quickly. This is Viewpoint on a Wednesday. I'm here with Melissa and Mario, both of whom are sharing the table with me today as we have a discussion. Some of what is going to be related to some products that I'll introduce you to a little bit later. I'll let her speak on them independently and how you can get in touch with them to be able to make use of these products. We'll take a quick break and come right back. And welcome back to our conversation today. Again, I'm here with Mario and Melissa. Melissa is spelled M-E-2-L or 1L? 2S?
Yes.
2S. See? I come across so many Melissas, and that's the kind of stuff. In any case, it's good to have you, and I'm so happy that I have the opportunity. Maria, you were in the right mind when you decided to connect, and I like nothing else more than to share valuable and good information to my listening audience, because you want them to benefit from
Absolutely.
just about all the information. Like you said a little bit earlier, we are in the information age, and one of the things that we should not hold back from sharing with people is
Yes.
good information.
Yes.
All right, let's go a little bit into these products that you are involved with, because we're working against time. You're very well familiar with this kind of business. Time flies by when
It
you're
does.
having fun. And you have several products, and they are addressing what? In terms of people who want to identify with, oh, this is something that I might have interest in.
Absolutely. Well, we've only brought 4. We have 7. One of the ones, of course, and this one, literally, the people basically made us do this because there were so many people asking about soursop. Let me tell you guys, in the U.S., you all, soursop, you can, Y'all, that's a whole industry. That's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Soursop is such a major thing. And people were asking, do you have the leaves? Do you have the leaves?
Yeah.
We want to make tea. It was like, okay, well, let me tell you. Do you know that the extract is 10 times more potent than the tea? The
Yes.
tea is excellent, but because it's concentrated,
Yes.
you know, you pull the medicinals and you let it steep. It's 10 times more potent and it's preserved. So soursop, as my husband said, is good for everything.
It really deals with everything except debt. And it's sad that we in the
No,
Caribbean,
say cancer. They say
Yeah.
that has
It's a
it
something
seeks
to do with it.
research, not one research, research in various parts of Europe and Asia has identified that soursop leaf extract naturally seeks out cancer cells and destroy them and does not
that
harm
direct.
the good cells. And we have testimony after testimony. A lady, I'm trying to speak fast for the sake of time, where she had stage 4 cancer. She was in severe pain in one of her shoulders. Just fast forwarding, we got in contact with her. I mean, and we literally took the product to her. She
And let me tell you,
Go ahead.
this is important. The young lady, 35 years young, stage 4 triple negative breast cancer. Had 4 children, had stage 4 triple negative breast cancer. I happen to have found her in one of the health Facebook groups that's over 300,000 people. Was impressed to make contact with her direct. Come to find out, the young lady was less than 50 miles from where we were. Found that out. We physically took it to her, literally hugged her, prayed with her, encouraged her. She took it, and again, not that, and we pointed her to God first and foremost,
Yeah.
because that's where the power lies. But it gave her hope.
Yes.
It gave her life. This young lady was in severe pain because, of course, stage 4, the cancer had metastasized.
Yes, that's right.
She started taking the soursop leaf extract, and she messaged me in a week and a half. She had this nerve pain like in the back that would not go away down to her bone. She said the doctors could do nothing for her pain. She said, Melissa, I have been 3 days consecutively pain free.
Yeah.
Consecutively. And we keep pointing to the creator of the Creator's Nature Blend, because it's not just an herb, or it's not just an extract. It's the love, it's the prayer, it's
Yeah.
the faith in God and obedience.
Yeah.
But He has blessed that obedience. So you talk about, for some reason, something is going on where there's a lot of problems with women with UTI, urinary tract infection, chronic. I get it constantly. One time I got it 3 times in one day. What do you have? What have you? Soursop. Soursop and cleavers. Cleavers is another herbal. This one, I didn't even know about it, okay?
This is on your website too. So?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We'll talk-
7 products we just brought.
4. You just have
Right.
4
We
years.
just-
Yeah.
So I'm the cleavers. Did I bring the cleavers? I don't think I have one of the cleavers.
Yes.
We did.
Yes,
Oh,
right.
we do. Okay, y'all. Let me tell you, this came about, and here I have to be transparent. I started having a kidney issue. God told me clearly. Remember obedience versus disobedience? I had a problem with potato chips. I couldn't eat just one.
Yeah.
That's
But you
that-
said you
that-
don't know
that-
how to stop.
I'm just yes. One of the things in potato chips, aside from it being fried, is canola oil. Please research, Google deep
It's in
canola.
almost everything.
That's right.
Not coincidentally.
And when you research it, go deeper, okay? Because remember, you're talking about a multi-billion-dollar business.
Yeah.
So when you first see it, dig deeper, because it's poison and it's in almost everything. It will almost ruin my kidney. Literally, I researched cleavers. Cleavers, amazing, not just UTI, but for kidney.
Okay.
When I tell you the Lord healed my kidney, I mean, when I tell you I was in severe pain, the creatine levels in my urine was really high, which indicates you have a kidney issue.
Okay.
So it's good for the liver, it's good for bladder. Cleavers, if you're used or familiar with the lymphatic system, if you research the lymphatic system, that's your whole cleaning unit, dealing with
Very
your
powerful.
lymph nodes and so forth. So if your lymph nodes are clogged up, when we start getting disease and cancer, you may see they'll check your lymph nodes to see if it's swollen.
Yes.
Because that's your filtering system.
Yeah.
The
So
lymph
if
nodes is something under your arm?
it's under your arms, it's in
Different
your
places,
neck, right
okay.
throughout your entire body, in your growing area,
Yes, yeah.
throughout
Yeah.
the body,
Okay.
strategically placed by God to help filter toxins and so
Yes.
forth. Cleavers is a natural purifier of the lymphatic system. So usually when we do consultations or when people call and ask about product, I say, listen, I'm not trying to push product, but if this is what you're trying to look for whatever this condition, you want your system clean. So typically cleavers is one of the key things along with some of the others that we talk to them about.
And then as we move to the next product, let's look at the ginkgo biloba. Ginkgo biloba, most people here, I don't think is familiar with it.
I certainly don't know what you're talking about.
Ginkgo biloba,
Let me see.
it helps with blood flow. So it's a natural, first and foremost, a natural thing for men. Let me put it that way, okay? Because without that blood flow to all the right places,
Yes.
All the
it's-
right places.
it's
I'm sorry.
it's okay.
Husbands, wives, I'm just, ginkgo biloba.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, babe.
And
Sorry.
the next thing with it is excellent for brain fog because blood flows everything.
Yes.
Leviticus 17 says life is in the blood. But it's much more than just reading that. What does it all mean? Ginkgo biloba also excellent for respiratory problems. There's a lady on the website there. She was supposed to have double lung transplant. She was at a seminar where we were speaking, and she came and she bought a ginkgo biloba. She said she was having an asthma attack. She gave her testimony in the presence of over 500 people. She said within 6 minutes, she felt relief. She could have breathed normal.
In 6 minutes.
Ginkgo biloba is excellent for against radiation. In 1945, when they dropped the bomb in Japan, Hiroshima, the only tree that survived that radiation was ginkgo biloba. Similar research was done in Europe where they had a Chernobyl spill. They sent in 30 people to shut down the reactors and they put them on ginkgo biloba. I mean, these things you can research and see is incredible.
Dementia. Eye issues.
Yeah.
Again, for blood flow, dementia. You've got it's like a calcium buildup in some
Yeah.
of the vessels in the brain,
Yes,
which
yes.
contribute to dementia.
Yeah.
It's excellent for dementia. Had a lady call me, real quick story, and she was from the islands, heavy islands. I'm thinking Jamaica. Sweet lady, didn't know who she was calling because we have our actual contact information on the website.
Okay.
If you're gonna
Yeah.
help people, how can you be incognito?
Yeah.
How can you not be reachable? She contacts us. Well, she didn't know. She was just checking her records and she saw a deduction, a bill. She was like, "What is this?" I was like, "Well, ma'am, this is a Creator's Nature Plan." Oh, and she burst out laughing because she remembered she had bought ginkgo from us and some other products. But she was like, "Oh, let me tell you. And her,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a bad Jamaican accent, but she was beautiful lady. She started laughing. She said, "My husband, he's a truck driver, and let me tell you, that ginkgo, oh, sister." And she,
Yeah.
and she was like, I said, "He comes home, I'm in the bed. No, I'm in the bed." And she just laughing. So,
Yeah.
put it this way, it really, really works.
But you know, it's
You're
good
not
to see
bad with
people getting
Jamaican Creole,
results.
anyway. You must say
You know,
that.
Wendell,
Yes.
the bottom line is such a joy for us to see people getting results.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
just selling a product. It's
Yeah.
much more than selling a product. It's a ministry.
Yeah.
And another one, ultra hair growth. A lot of women, especially, we're dealing with weak edges, which is stress. Sometimes,
Yeah.
some of the weaves and the glues and,
Yes.
and the things that we put in our hair, when they take it out, we're losing our edges, or it's thinning, or alopecia. The Lord impressed us, the ultra hair growth. We have in it papaya leaves.
Which we grow ourselves in
In-
Georgia.
in the
and I
South.
keep them short like that because that's what I do. So they don't grow up like that.
Okay. Yeah.
So this one, we put in cayenne, peppermint oil, some other plants that we put in, and it's just amazing.
Mario, you're going places, man.
Well, the Lord is really good. You know, He's more than good and showing and demonstrating His love to us. He wants for us to demonstrate just when Christ was here on two legs, he wants through his people to demonstrate that love.
same.
So it's not just what is preached from any pulpit. It is what is lived out in the individual life on a daily basis that people look and they see Christ in that. That's why Paul could have said, I crucify self daily. And he said, living epistles read by all men. So they can see Christ in you.
And what better way to show Christ's love to others than to give, by God,
Tangibly,
the gift of
something.
life?
Yes.
Yeah.
To see people come in tears. One young lady, and I'll be quick, she came with her daughter. Her daughter, it was in the same conference, and
It's on the website.
right, it's on the website, and they had bought the skin restoration serum, and her daughter breaks out in severe eczema and psoriasis, and she says when her breakouts come, after they start to go, she would literally get like bruises, purple
Yeah.
and blue. She used the skin restoration serum within less than 24 hours.
days.
You should see the before and after. The
Yeah.
mother was literally fighting back tears in the testimony because she was like, to see her daughter get
Yeah.
such relief. But the bigger part, because people will say, will it, does it? I say, be it so according to your faith and your obedience.
Okay, let me stop you there for a second and let everyone know who's listening that Melissa is going to give you in a while all the information about the website. So if you need to grab a pen and a piece of paper just to make a note so that you can go to the website. And by the way, all of the products that the herbal products that they do have there, you can buy it online as well. You said something about seminars. Do you usually have seminars of your own as well?
No,
When you-
usually we're invited.
Oh, you're invited.
Yes.
To have a seminar on this.
Yes.
Wonderful. Spend a little bit of time, let people know as slowly as you can
Yeah.
how to get to your website, the coordinates.
Yes, and if we don't see you on the website, we're going to have a problem because we're looking
But
for
I was
you.
there already.
I don't mean just for there.
Okay.
Okay. So the website is www.thecreatorsnatureblend.com.
Okay, let me spell that out.
Uh-huh.
The, T-H-E, all one word. The Creators, C-R-E-A-T-O-R-S, Nature, N-A-T-U-R-E, blend, BLEND.com.
What a journalist. Oh, you good.
Yeah, and some people might be a little bit slow, so let me just go over that again. That is, the website is the creatorsnatureblend.com. The creatorsnatureblend.com. When you go there, you can browse the whole web page and see all that is going on there, all the activity and all the products. Everything
And all
is
the benefits.
the whole 9 yards.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And it's good to know that you're willing, just in case there might be folks who might, do you charge a fee for that, or how does that work? Yeah, obvious.
Only because, we need to eat a little bit,
Yeah.
So,
A little bit all that.
well, we're trying to work on temperance, but
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But yeah,
So
no.
if you would like to have these folks to conduct a seminar in your area, they are all possible. And the only way to work that out, because all the information is there, is to make sure that you have the website so that you can go to the website and all that you need to do, you can do it right there. All right. Again, the website is thecreatorsnatureblend.com. TheCreatorsNatureblend.com. If you misspell anything, it's going to come up nonetheless because they know what you're looking for. Am I right about that? That's the way it
Yes.
works.
Yeah.
Sometimes you misspell something, but when you type it in,
that is true.
it will give you the option
Yeah.
because some people have
Right. And
limited
the
spelling.
and the brand is Beaupère Tui, so you'll see that. Yeah.
That's
See the branding? BT. You see the branding?
about tweet.
Yeah.
Lots of folks are watching you online. Anyhow, We have 5 more minutes remaining. What can we do with that 5 minutes that is useful? You must have some kind of advice to give to people when it comes to arresting their situation and get to the place where you actually start thinking differently. You mentioned that obedience has a lot to do with this, even
It-
lifestyle and the whole nine
Yeah.
yards.
So we really wanted to encourage people because when you're sick, when you're dealing with things, a lot of times you can't even think clearly because you're in pain. Met a young lady at actually the hotel we were at and encouraged her, told her to do a hot and cold contrast bath. She says she's going to make a bush tea. I said add some ginger to that, add some garlic to that. But I give that example because
Simple things.
simple things. And when we, one, look to God, when we pray, when we believe in what we're doing, and the bigger thing is faith over fear. It is a literal practice and study of the medical practice and field to create their wording so that their patient will actually fear to not do what is recommended. Understand, you are in control of your destiny. It is your body. It is your responsibility, my responsibility, for us to research what we're taking, what we're putting into our bodies. If you choose the medications, research those medications. Look for counter between the two medicines that you're taking or three or whatever it is. Know what you're doing. Know the side effects. We have talked to someone taking medications for stress, and the side of stress and what's the word there? Depression. And the side effect of the medication is suicidal thoughts.
Suicidal. Yes.
That's not making sense.
That's misdiagnosed.
No.
No,
They
no,
give
no.
them
No,
a
no, no.
medication for stress, okay, and depression. When I research for them the side effects of the medication, one of the side effects, and they were wondering why were they wanting to commit suicide, because one of the side effects of the medication for
Is
depression is suicidal thoughts. I give that example because we have to. One, you cannot improve upon God. So if you're taking your bush tea, your bush extracts, God will bless that because you cannot, not synthetically, not any other way, improve upon God. A lot of times those medications, basically what it is doing is masking the symptoms. And you may feel that you're being healed, but it is being hidden or moved into another part of your body. That's why they're constantly after, you do the chemo treatments and so forth. They check you for up to 5 years because if you don't change the environment that created it, cancer starts at a cellular level. So whatever started it, you have to do the reverse to remove it. Cutting it out, poisoning it out, and radiating it out or burning it out is not changing that environment. You want to heal. The positive side, there are many stage 4 that have recovered naturally because they're giving the body what the body recognizes naturally. They are strengthening the immune system so the immune system can kill those cells. So thus you come out healed and whole and happy.
How can we go about life not even thinking about God, and He is showing so much love and interest
Yes.
in people,
Yes.
and they almost want no part of it, I must say.
I would like to add to what you just said there, Wendell. God has many, many sincere people that is ignorant. That's why it says in the book of Revelation, and the whole world wonder after the beast. That's just one part. How could this be? So the system that the world is set up on, now doctors are good people. Let me just add this because it's true. We have many, many doctor friends, but there are a lot of doctors, they have not been taught. If you ask a doctor how many hours nutritional study he had, if he had 4, he had a lot. So they were taught a certain way. But there are many doctors that as God opened their understanding, they use natural methods as well.
And the bigger thing with what you're both are saying, when we love one another, love is life. When we give love to one another
They live in life.
through God,
Yeah.
we give each other life.
I don't think we should add anything more to this. This was wonderful. Maria, I wish we could do this again, but the time is against us.
Yes.
It's all done. But folks, those of you, I see so many people. I've never seen that many people on Facebook following along, and I think they're probably getting it straightforward. I'm using, let me just let folks know, I'm using new technology for my Facebook now, so that's why you're getting it so loud and clear and crisp as it is in the system. In any case, I want to thank Mario and his lovely wife for coming in. I'm beginning to feel that I knew you so long ago, especially Melissa. Not you, Mario. You know, a long time ago.
Island brother.
Yeah, but I hope you enjoy the island, despite everything else that you might get involved with. But please enjoy it, and it's all love to the world as well.
Amen,
Beautiful
yeah.
St.Maarten. You didn't meet him by chance.
I know.
This was meant. This was meant to be. I'm going to have to end it now, though. Let me just remind folks that you can go to the website, thecreatorsnatureblend.com. www.thecreatorsnatureblend.com. All one word. And when you go there, all the information is there, all the products that they're involved with. By the way, there's a big B on the bottle. It's a Bubba Tweet. Excuse me. Maria, thank you.
It's a pleasure being here with you, Wendell, and speaking to our people, because we are health educators. Educate not to tell people you got to do this, but when you share information, then they can make a conscious choice for themselves.
Say no more. Right on the money. Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you for having us.
All right, folks, that's how we're going to end it for today, Wednesday. I'll be back this afternoon at 5. An invitation for you to join me then, whatever is in store. And I'll be back tomorrow at 12 when it's lunchtime, for you to share it with me at the table. And yeah, that's it for now. Over to the newsroom we go. Goodbye.